The piece of cherry here, it's about 11 inches long and about 5 inches square. So this is pretty much a limb. It had a little bit of crotch on one end of it, but I'm going to get rid of most of that. Went ahead and got it trued up with the bowl gouge, and then used the easy rougher to put a tenon on each end of it. I'm going to go ahead and part this off. It's coming up here, and I need those tenons to grab a hold of it and finish off the other end. So I switched to the spindle gouge, and I'm going to go ahead and start shaping it. So we're making a Christmas tree box is what it is. It's going to be a gift box shaped like a Christmas tree. And this part right down here is going to be the base of it. And then we're going to work our way up a little bit and part it off to make the box part before we finish the rest of it. Help support the companies that support our community. So this part right here is the first section. This is going to be the base right there. And I get all that cleaned up. I'm going to bring this part down, and probably still leave it maybe 1.5 inch, little trunk there, and then we'll start working on the first set of limbs. Ran over to the grinder real quick and touched up the spindle gouge. It's getting a little bit dull. And then right back at it. So it's kind of a, long little process of getting off all this material. With making a Christmas tree too, I know it's a tree and they're supposed to be all natural and, but you do want those rings to gradually get smaller as it goes up, and it's, so you gotta kind of take your time and measure those as you're going so that it looks like a tree, I guess. So this part right here is going to be the box. So the first set of limbs, I'm going to go ahead and saw that off and put that in the chuck to clean it out. To clean it out, I used that #1 hollower, and I'm not going in there, really deep. I'm just trying to get it cupped out enough for like a set of earrings or a ring, something like that. Then I just want a nice edge on it, so I used a parting tool and then went ahead and sanded it. So this is going to be the top portion of the limbs. So what I'm going to do first is, after I get this in the chuck, is put a tenon down on one end of it that is going to fit inside that little box I just made. And I use the calipers to get the right diameter. So once I had the tenon done, we'll put the base back on, put a little bit of pressure from the tailstock, and that way we can look at the whole piece at once while we're shaping the rest of it. That's the way we can get it all sized right. So I just worked my way right back up to the top. So this one right here is going to be the last one. So I'm just going to bring this down a little bit. And we're going to flip it around and grab it with the chuck with the tenon that's going into the box here in a second. I'm going to take off the waste wood down at the bottom of it, get that all cleaned off, and get that cut off before I flip it around. While it's still on there all together, just went ahead and ran through a few of the grits to get it cleaned up, and then used the pole saw to cut off that little nub there on the bottom, and we'll clean that up with a sanding pad. So now we'll flip it around, change the jaws, and you grab it with that tenon, and we can finish off the top of it. Ahead and ran through all the grits again, just up to 600, and getting everything cleaned up. And we'll put a little bit of walnut oil on it, so I just soaked it down. And it really brings out the nice color of the cherry. There we go, it is all done. We have a cherry Christmas tree. I really like the way it came out. So we were coming back from visiting my mom a couple weeks ago, and Robin and I were trying to work on a project idea, and she came up with this, a Christmas tree box. So you can make your own gift box. It's out of cherry. The base is 4 inches in diameter and it is 8 inches tall. And you can put a set of earrings or a ring inside of it. You could actually do a couple different boxes if you wanted to as well. But fun little project. All right. Want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and we will see you next time. Take care.